of the USA comeback, USA Sport Karate comeback tour, and you guys have been doing a great job with the events virtually and in person. And we're going to talk about the next one, August 1st, this Saturday in Orlando, Florida, at the Avanti Resort and Convention Center. So, guys, I'm really excited about this tournament, and it's going to be great. You guys had a virtual tournament today, and you just came off that, and it's so cool how you guys have been doing that. So, let's talk about this tournament. Like, it's looking like it's a great event, right?
Yeah, it's looking pretty sharp. We've kept the whole tournament thing going. We went virtual, and we plan on keeping our virtual tournaments up and running. We had one face-to-face event a couple weeks ago on the 18th, I believe, or the 11th. And the 11th, wow, these weeks are going
fast. It's moving. We're almost in August.
But this Saturday we have one coming up, and man, I'm super excited. Our athletes, they're ready to go. They're ready to perform, and let's jump right into it.
Yeah, I was super impressed. The location is really awesome. The Avanti Palms Resort Conference Center. This place is set for something like this, for the new type, because it lets, we got to be real here. Sport karate's changed from, it's going to be different until this whole coronavirus thing is over, right? Mm-hmm. So you guys found, to me, the blueprint on how to do things, and and I'm glad that you guys are doing it in the same place again, because it was like, it worked out perfect. The hotel was perfect for the way you guys did everything with the broken off rooms, right? There was 4 rooms.
One ring per room, and separate check-in areas. It ran well. And Alex, we're excited. We're going to be trying something new at this tournament too. We are doing a test to bring the virtual world into the live world. At this tournament, we're doing a little beta test with 4 top athletes in the black belt divisions. They're going to compete virtually with a screen in the ring, judged by the same judges that are judging the competitors in that division that are in person. There's no boundary.
Man, that's incredible. So, all right, so let's go back. So, all right, so they could compete. This tournament's August 1st in Orlando, Florida, Avanti Hotel. Now, they could compete in weapons, forms, fighting, and then in person. But now there's going to be a few divisions that are they could compete in virtually, and then they could compete with in-person athletes at the same time as well.
Yeah, so what we're doing is, and it's not in every division. This is a test to see how it's going to go, right? So we are going to bring in 4 black belt competitors.
Okay.
So only in our black belt room, and I'm sure we'll talk about all that, the separation of rooms, but only in our black belt room, and it's like 1 competitor per division. And so aside from our face-to-face competitors, then from there we're going to have the 1 virtual competitor. And so our judges will just judge our face-to-face competitors. They'll turn and watch that screen where our virtual competitor is, and they'll watch him or her. They'll come back to our face-to-face. They'll judge, because man, with everything that's going on, why not give the athletes an opportunity? And if this works really well,
I love it.
Just wait for it. We're always, you guys know me. I'm very loud, very in your face about the sport, because I'm all about improving it and caring about what's next. And that's all. And if you're not rolling with it, you're just going to die off. And that's not what we're doing. We're staying in front of it. USA Sport Karate, with Blitz and Kick USA coming in, it's going to be a great thing. And this is just one more step in elevating the game. That's it. It's all about elevating the game. And that's what we're doing.
And Alex, we are actually, what's really going to be cool about melding these 2 worlds and this test is that we've invited, nobody is local that we're inviting. We have a young lady who's awesome from Kazakhstan. She would not be coming to a tournament here. We are going to have a young man from Canada who can't come here.
Wow.
We're in Puerto Rico.
Wow. Hey, so these are past winners of the virtual tournaments, and they're getting invited. So if they want to do this, this is the test right now that you guys are doing it. So you picked it's by invitation only. They can't
That's
go and
correct.
register for this. Okay. So because it's kind of like a test. Wow. Imagine if this goes really well. Could you imagine? This is why I like USA Sport Karate. I got to give you guys your props. You guys are so innovative. And look, Sport Karate, this thing happened with the coronavirus. Oh, Sport Karate's dead. I literally was getting messages about people. It's the apocalypse of Sport Karate. But no, just like karate schools, they kept going. They found a way with the virtual. You guys are doing it. And then not only that, but you're bringing it back to the in-person. So you guys are like, so far ahead of the game right now. It's crazy.
I'll tell you what. So let's talk real quick. A couple of things. First, Dave Sklar and I meet once or twice a week.
Yeah.
Since all this going on, since before this, because we're trying to see how can we do things better. And so a couple of things that we're doing for the face-to-face tournament, right? Upon entrance, the competitors and spectators, two things. One, temperature checks, right? You got to pass our temperature check. All right. That's number one before you even get allowed in the building. Number two, face mask. Here in Orange County, Florida, it's mandatory for our face coverings. So all athletes, all judges, all scorekeepers, anyone who's coming into our event is wearing a face covering. And then aside from that, to limit the amount of people in the room, because again, in Orange County, we have a mandate. There can only be 50 people maximum in any room, right? So what we're doing is we're like we spoke about earlier, one ring per ballroom. We've got 4 ballrooms with the ability to have 2 more if we need it, right? And so that session, let's say it's 6, 7 beginners. They're the only group allowed. There's our face covering. They're the only group allowed in the room. Okay? And so once they're done, you know what we're doing? We're exiting the room. Everyone clears up. We're disinfecting the mat and the chairs. Anywhere that gets touched, we're disinfecting us. We have a whole team. And so I wish I could say just me and Dave Sklar. We've got a whole team of amazing people, from our scorekeepers, from the gentleman idea about cleaning the mats and his disinfectant, Mr. Alicea. We've got a solid team of people. And so the sport is not dead. The sport is not going away.
No.
It's going to be the people who want to keep it going and the people who are evolving, so to speak.
Hey, but I love the way you guys are doing in person and virtual. You're giving people options. You're not saying, okay, that's it. So people want to stay home. They don't feel safe. That's fine. There's an option for you. In person, there's an option for you, but there's options, and you guys are making it available. And I love what you guys are doing, and you guys are national now too. I know you had an event last week, right? With Raheem, right? Grandmaster Raheem as well. And and I know that you're working with other people too. So if you guys are out there and you want more information on maybe joining USA Sport Karate or just getting some advice, Jeremy and David, these guys are their agendas to make the sport better. It's not even just about them. You contact them, they'll give you advice, because I think they have the blueprint for the future for the situation that we're at now. Also, you guys were live streaming. They're live streaming on USA Sport Karate. So if you have family, that you can't come in to spectate because there is limited spacing. You have a lot of people that back home they can watch. You're gonna get to watch it on the USA Sport Karate page and the Black Bucks Point Fighter Live like we did last time. And not only do your family and friends get to see you, but the exposure that you're giving them. Every ring, every competitor is getting their chance to shine, on the page, right? And you guys are getting thousands of views.
That's the main thing, man. Yeah. Exposure. No one knows 6'7" beginner from Orlando, Florida, or an 8'9" beginner. But now with the virtual component we're doing, now competitors are going to get recognized. And now with our face-to-face and bringing in our streaming live to every single ring, I tell you what, the only bad thing about it is this. expectation. Everyone's gonna want every single ring stream moving forward. But we got it.
Bar is going up, Alex. Alex, you know, one thing we do with virtual too, this is not where you see everybody is doing just video submissions. We brought the live component to virtual. People are competing today. We had
virtual live.
We had our finals, which had 50 of the top WKF athletes competing live for the world.
Yep.
Hey, and in the future, which you're going to be testing at this event, you're going to have people from all over the world competing together and in person. And if they can't make it worldwide, the reach is going to be so far and amazing. You know, this is a worldwide thing right here. And you guys are going to get that exposure. On the Black Belt Ring, we had Point Fighter Live as well streaming, and their streams there were like 20,000 views or more. So it's just amazing.
I think the Black Belt Ring last tournament you were telling me just had a crazy amount of views, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, man. Hey, so this tournament is pre-registration only because that's the way you guys keep everything safe and organized. You know, that's the reason. So you have to register by a certain time. What's the cutoff date for this?
Yeah, so great question. Our first registration deadline is tonight, but then our last one is Thursday night, I believe. You have until Thursday night to register because that's going to allow us, if we need to change the schedule last minute, because, again, we're altering the schedule. That's why there's no schedule events right now, because no one knows what the how many people are going to register today, tomorrow, the next day. And so once we have that number or close to that number, then we can break off the schedule. And like last tournament, we were able to split the ring. Like, so our 8-9, which if you host tournaments, you know, 8-9 intermediate is huge, right? We had about 21 athletes in that division. So we split it, male and female. The ladies went to one room, the boys went to another room, and we split that ahead of time. So you don't walk into a ballroom where there's 100 people. And I tell you what, coronavirus or not, this is one of the ways to make the sport better. I don't know how many times you go to a tournament, and we're guilty of it too, where you can't see your kid compete because there's 50 people in front of you. So this is allowing us to open our eyes to maybe what we as promoters didn't understand before from a spectator point of view. And so, man, hey, good things happen through all craziness and through all negativity. There's some positive things, and this is just one of them.
It's true, man. That's what you guys are saying. It's so true. You got to be positive. You guys are being positive, and that's really the key to everything. Like, there could be negativity, like coronavirus and all the issues that there have been all this year. You stay positive, and man, those are the people that are ahead, right? Those are the people that are ahead. Nothing is stopping you. So USA Sport Karate's ahead. Hey, so Point Fighter Live, like I said, is going to be there. We're going to give the power ring out. I'm going to give it, I think last tournament, the division that was really nice was the 14 to 17 black belt division. I think I'm going to give it to one of the juniors in that division, probably.
Nice, nice.
Forms or fighting or weapons. So let's see. You know, I'll decide there. And but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great event. Now, if they want to register, they got to go to usasportkarate.myuventex.com. You guys also have a website, right? Can they get information on it on a website? I know you got a Facebook page as well.
We have the Facebook page, and we do have the website, but the website is heavily under construction. So when they go there, it's going to be very simple what they see right now.
Facebook, you're going to get all the updates.
Yeah, the USA Sport Karate Facebook page. We'll be doing, we didn't decide yet if we're doing another town hall, but they can email me at info@KickUSA and Jeremy at info@blitzmat.com, and we can get any information they need out to them as well.
Yeah, the best place is that Uventex link, that USA Sport Karate, that My Uventex, and our Facebook, because you're going to see all of our events that are coming up, whether it be the August 1st. We have so many virtual events coming up as well. I know we're mainly talking about August
what's
1st
next?
Here.
Yeah, what's
we
next?
have Dave. Dave knows them better than I do.
Here's what we have coming up. So next week is live. August 8th, we have the World Ishinru Championships and World Breaking Championships. That is Ishinru only, but the breaking is open. That's hosted by Mike Reeves, #1 in the world in breaking, Ishinru. Then August the 29th, we have an in-person tournament in Delray Beach.
Delray, right?
Delray. And then we just signed, this is an awesome one. Alex, you're the first one to know this. September 5th, we are hosting the Latin American Warrior Championships in partnership with Juan Burgos of Bushikan Karate.
Wow.
Our Latin martial arts family. That is open to everybody, though. You don't have to be Spanish, but the flyer is going to be in Spanish and English. We really want to honor the quality of martial artists in the Latin American community. Then after that, we just signed a deal with EMAC, which is the Elite Martial Arts Challenge. They're based out of Kentucky. They run a league, and we are hosting their state championships virtually this year on September 12th. Submissions are open already to get into the top 4 finals. Top 4 finals will be broadcast live. And then September 19th is the Battle of Daytona, which features the Mayan Challenge and the Florida State Championships. There will be a virtual event. Is video submission only for that one. And then the live event will be in Daytona Beach at the Plaza Resort. And then we finished the season at the International Martial Arts Festival for October 23rd. There will be
a lot of tournaments.
Hey. We're going to have a virtual. We're going to announce there is going to be a virtual martial arts festival as well. So people from all over the world, we know you're not going to travel this year. You can't travel. You can't come to the United States.
Yeah.
You don't want to come. You don't want to come here, and we're not going there. So we're going to have a virtual challenge.
Hey, man, keep the politics out of this, all right?
Oh, my gosh. It's crazy. But there's no reason you cannot compete with USA Sport Karate because we've taken down the borders. There's no borders. There's no excuses. If your excuse is you can't come out of the country, you can do it virtually with us. There's no excuse not to stay in competition. And we're going to be introducing a fighter's challenge. We can't have you fight, but we can measure some of your fighting skills. So that's what's going to be coming up next, starting at the Latin American Championship.
I love it, guys. I love it. Like, man, this is great for people that are like really sport karate junkies. And let's say it doesn't matter if you're in Florida either or not. Like, you could just travel down here, because there's no other tournaments. There's only a few other in-person tournaments right now in the country. There's one in Missouri coming up in North Carolina, but that's about it from what I know. So you guys,
let's plug my man Richard Osborne. That's a solid dude right there. Yeah. And I got to show him a lot of love. He's got a great tournament coming up. I know we're talking about this one, but we're bringing the Ozark Mountain that's coming up. So, hey, if you're out there, you're in Springfield, support. I would support, but if I go, I got to quarantine for 14 days. So that's not cool. So can't be there, but I'll be there in spirit. But, yeah, we have to support. Hey, guys, the sport karate community, if you're sitting there thinking sport karate is dying because you're thinking negative, go support someone. It don't have to be us. Whoever you're supporting, whether it's a tournament you're out there, support a tournament because at the end of and even if you can't make it, you can go virtual or just donate to that promoter because that's going to allow them to keep having these tournaments and keep the sport karate involved and keep it going for next year. So guys, hey, don't sit back and say I can't. Keep that negativity to yourself. You can and you should do it. Let's go.
And don't forget, Alex. Let's not forget. Your father's tournament, the Pan Ams, are going virtual. Here, right?
Oh, that's right. And it's USA
That's correct. And we are going to be, we sanctioned it.
That's right.
That's also going to be
doing the pre-show.
Sanction.
Yeah, we're doing the pre-show to that tournament too. We're really excited to be working with you guys with the Pan Americans. It's just great. But that's what I love about you guys. Like you just said, Jeremy, support. I actually have a sport karate challenge that I'm going to bring up in August, and I'm going to do giveaways because it's my birthday month. And
Woo!
I am going to challenge everyone in our community to share something or bring up something or share video or talk about the sport, but it can't have nothing to do about them. It has to be about somebody else. Because a lot of times we just get caught up in our own stuff, but the real way to grow is to just support everyone and work with everyone. That's what you guys are doing. You're working with like traditional organizations, other leagues. Like that's really, you know, the ego is thrown out the door, right? And you're really working with it because your main agenda is to get to the sport to the next level. And that's what will be the challenge for next month. And imagine if everybody does that in our sport. The sport will blow up. Sport karate will be in everybody's news feeds if everybody did that, right?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great for sport karate. It's gonna be great for the local school who can use the support right now, right? So man, it's exciting stuff, and I'm hoping to catch you guys. I think we'll be seeing you next weekend. But man, if you're in the area or if you're in Florida, Orlando, wherever you are, come hang out with us August 1st. If you can't hang out, come watch one of our streams because we're doing something super unique. It is a safe tournament. I promise you it's safe. With all of our safety protocols we're doing, from our checks, our cleaning of mats, our keeping the tournament, the room small. There's just, you know, from the feedback, and this is not just from my mouth, from the feedback that we're getting, because the rare thing we did, and sometimes when you ask, you might get a scary answer. We asked competitors, hey, give us your feedback. What do you think? How could we have improved? And most everyone was just telling us that we did a great job and the protocol we had in place. And obviously, there's always small improvements, but we take your health and we care about you as well. We care about your health and everything.
Man. You guys were even going around making sure people had their masks. So some people sometimes put it right here on their nose, cover it up. So that takes a lot of work, and you guys are doing it great. And like you were saying earlier, you know, maybe this could change sport karate. Even huge tournaments with 20 rings. Imagine if you break the ballroom down to 20 rooms, right? And it could be done. And everybody, the feedback that I got on my end from parents was that they loved it like that. It felt more personable, and like it was like the customer service was better. They felt like they were taking better care of like that. So they loved it. And it's not so crowded and crazy, right? And it's more calm, but the competition is not calm. The competition is fierce. These tournaments are not small too, like where, of course, they're not as big as it's been, but they're not. The competition's gonna be there, and you know it's gonna be a great event.
It was definitely great. It was competition in every single division. Naturally, was it our normal numbers? No, but you know what? That's okay because we're still competing. And to piggyback on what you just said, I was speaking with one of the head instructors over at Haines City Sport Karate Center, and they were saying how their competitor, their student was. It's funny. They were actually a little more nervous. And I said, why? Well, because each ring was staged in a way where they were the show.
Highlighted.
It was not watching 8 rings. You were watching just you, all eyes on you. So again, you were the spotlight. You were the show. You were the person, the main attraction. And a great thing. And that's the way it should be, right? When you compete, you want people to watch you. You don't want just to be left on some corner. So it was great. It was pretty cool.
Hey, let me ask you a question. The parks are all open up there now too. Outside the tournament, I saw Volcano Bay, and I was like, "Wow, is that open?"
Universal Studios is open. Of course, they limit capacity. Volcano Bay, which is one of them, is open. The Disney is now in their phased reopening. They opened the same day as we had our last tournament. They're at 25% capacity. Let me tell you, I have a lot of friends who are at Disney, and they said this is a great time to go.
It's empty. Yeah.
You don't wait for hours.
Don't wait. Don't wait.
It's great. Their hotels are open now. Their hotel capacity is limited because, you know, the NBA is out at ESPN now.
Yeah.
They took over 2 hotels.
Wow.
And they're practicing and all that. And the Wide World of Sports is not open just yet. And when the NBA starts to play their season there, no one's allowed to come watch.
Yeah.
So
but things are opening back up. And you know,
That's awesome.
they call us crazy. And they say Florida's a little out there, but we are, and we're having fun. So let's do it.
Hey, so
Be
that's what
safe.
hey, but I'm planning on maybe staying like the next day and going to a park because I'm gonna take advantage of the no wait times and the restaurants there are so good too out there. Like I can't wait. I'm so happy I'm gonna be in Orlando, so
Yeah, I think
soon.
Well,
our
Alex,
hotel is having Dave. What's the
59
special our hotel is doing?
All right, that's what I was going to say, Alex. First of all, you got to make sure you're at the right Avante Palms, Alex. All
I
right?
stayed at the wrong one last time. Yeah.
Our Avante Palms, the Resort and Conference Center,
Yeah.
if you mention Kick USA or there's a number code, I have to get it to you, but it's $59 with breakfast.
59 with breakfast?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, that's awesome. And the hotel does a great job too with social distancing. When you walk in, they put hand sanitizer in your hands. When you're going to the cafeteria, it's limited in there. Man, it's like I'm really impressed at how they're doing everything. That's why this place is awesome for this right now. I know you guys had planned to do the tournament somewhere else before, and then after you did it here, you guys changed it to this place, and it's a no-brainer. It's an awesome facility for this.
Yeah, they're great people. We had our January tournament there. We had our July one. Now we're having this one. We're planning. I mean, there's a lot of events we plan on having with them. It's a great relationship, and they're a great hotel. It's remodeled. A few years back, they had it wasn't as strong, but now with the remodel, it's a beautiful place, a great stay, and I mean $59 to stay. Geez, stay, hang out. I mean, so my house is like 10 minutes away, maybe 15. I stay there. I'm gonna stay there again.
Yeah.
Why not? Hang out, a little staycation.
I think I'm gonna stay there till Monday morning and then come back to Miami. Like that's my plan right now. It's gonna be a fun tournament. I hope you guys are gonna be there. I'm gonna take pictures. We're gonna videos. It's gonna be on Facebook, YouTube. You're gonna get the exposure. The competition's gonna be great. It's very organized. It's gonna be safe, and it's pretty much right now the only thing around. And it's not, even if it wasn't the only thing around, it's one of the best things around. So you guys don't want to miss it. Anything else you guys want to add before we finish?
No excuses.
Yes, sir.
Come hang out with us, guys. And like Alex Reyes said, whether it was the only thing around or not, I mean, if you want competition, if you want to compete,
always.
If you want top level service, then it really is the only thing around. So come hang out with us. I'm not trying to toot our horn a little bit, but USA Sport Karate Blitz, Kick USA, we bring it to the athletes, we bring it to the spectators, we bring it to the fans. And again, the reason is, we were competitors and we care about the sport. It's all about the growth. It's not just about our growth. And that's a topic for a different show. But again, I'll be back. But yes, we care about the sport, guys. We love the sport, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, man, for sure. I love you guys' passion. You guys are so passionate. That's why I love working with you guys. And there's a lot of other passionate sport karate people out there. Let's get this thing rolling. That's it. There's not.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The future is now. Let's do this. All right. Sport karate. Power, baby. All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. If you have any questions, contact Jeremy, contact David. It's going to be an awesome event. All right. We'll see you there. Power.